Call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. I want to acknowledge that we're in Treaty 1 territory and the land on which we are meeting is the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Ojibwe, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and the homeland of the Red River Métis Nation. As a council and a municipality, we will continue to work on moving forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in the spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. I'll ask for a motion for the adoption of the minutes, please.
Resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held at City Hall on December 8th, 2025 be adopted as circulated.
Moved by Councillor Nichols, seconded by Councillor Doyle. All those in favor? And that is carried. We have no delegations this evening. I will move into opening public hearing for second and third reading of bylaw 25-8785 for zoning amendment PC 63-25 Riverbend Orchards at 100 Old Bridge Road. I'll ask if there's anyone here to speak in favor of this application. Again, I'll ask if anyone's here to speak in favor of the application. Ask if anyone is here to speak against the application. Anyone here to speak against the application? Okay, I'll ask for a motion to close the public hearing. Councillor Meyer.
Thank you, Your Worship. Be resolved, and I so move that the public hearing for bylaw 25-8785, zoning amendment PC 63-25 for Riverbend Orchards, Inc., 100 Old Bridge Road now be closed.
Moved by Councillor Meyer, seconded by Councillor Nichols. All those in favor? And that is carried. Councillor Meyer.
Thank you, Your Worship. In front of you, Council, you'll remember it maybe from November the 10th when the first reading actually happened. Tonight we're looking for second and third reading. The issue is just to rezone the property from AL, which is limited agricultural zone, to RR, or rural residential zone. Same documents as before, and there's been no changes since the previous one. You'll see the zoning amendment bylaw, and you'll also see Schedule A, which is a sketch of the actual location itself. I'm not going to review the entirety of it as we've been through it before, and considering no changes, I will just go through the background. The background in question is at 100 Old Bridge Road, or Lot 1, Plan 1809. It's currently zoned as AL, or Limited Agricultural Zone, and the applicant, which is Riverbend Orchards, Inc., wishes to rezone the property to RR, or Rural Residential Zone, as per condition of the subdivision, which was previously approved 4550-25-8425. I won't go through the development plan as they have not changed, but since first reading, which was on November the 10th, it started to commence the process, and as of this writing, there have been no written objections to the proposed rezoning scheme. As usual, the documents were circulated to provincial departments and agencies with no objections, and provincial planning recommends approval of zoning bylaw amendment number 25-8785. With that said, it's the administrative recommendation, and I so move that the Council of the City of Portage la Prairie approve the application to rezone the land known as 100 Old Bridge Road and legally described as Lot 1, Plan 1809, Parish of Portage la Prairie, from AL, or Limited Agricultural Zone, to RR, Rural Residential Zone, as per condition of subdivision number 4550-25-8425, and that bylaw number 25-8785 be read a second time.
Moved by Councillor Meyer, seconded by Councillor Nichols. Any questions or comments from council? All those in favor? And that is carried. Councillor Meyer.
Thank you. And following that, the bylaw number 25-8785 be read a third time, finally passed, signed, and sealed.
Moved by Councillor Meyer, seconded by Councillor Nichols. All those in favor? And that is carried. Thank you. Okay, Finance, Legislative and Property Committee, Councillor Massey.
Thank you, Your Worship. Finance, Legislative and Property Committee has no report at this point in the meeting.
Thank you. City Planning and Economic Development Committee, Councillor Meyer.
Thank you, Your Worship. City Planning and Economic Development Committee has nothing to report at this point.
Thank you. Community Services Committee, Councillor Espy.
Thank you, Your Worship. The Community Services Committee has nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. Waterworks Committee, Councillor Nichols.
Thank you, Your Worship. Waterworks Committee has nothing to report at this point in the meeting.
Thank you. Transportation Committee, Councillor Porter.
Thank you, Your Worship. Transportation has nothing to report.
Thank you. Public Safety Committee, Councillor Doyle.
Thank you, Your Worship. Public Safety Committee has nothing to report.
Thank you. We have no deferred business. We'll move right into new business. We have our November financial statements. Councillor Massey.
Thank you, Worship and colleagues. There in your package, you have the November 2025 financial statements. It's just for your information. Next month, you'll be getting the year-end for December statements. We'll show you exactly where we ended up in the year, and then, of course, as normal in June, we will get audited statements for the year 2025. So they're for your information. We'll have probably a more substantial look at things next month. But if you have any questions, I'm sure our administration would be happy to answer them.
Any questions from anyone? No? Thank you. Okay, next item of new business, November building reports. Councillor Meyer.
Thank you, Your Worship. I won't spend long on these, Council. I mean, this is for November. We will be getting December's building reports, I believe, in the next council meeting, which will give us a year-over-year to date. But as usual, I'll run through them quickly. They give you, of course, both the city and the rural. I always kind of reference the combined report because we are a combined entity when it comes to planning. In the report, you're going to see some patterns that have continued pretty much every month for the year. We do know that total values of permits are down considerably, but as I mentioned, I think every month at this point, when you do take the hospital out of that, for the institutional, that does kind of correlate it equivalently. A couple of things I want to point out. You're going to see an increase in new single housing developments, which I think is really exciting. Obviously, we're about a 65% increase from where we were over last year. There are some declines in some other areas, but of course, they're still moving in the right direction. Commercial, you're going to start to see also, back to that real quick, you're going to see the repair permits continue. That's obviously something we like to see, and that's, of course, a sign of a very healthy community when people are investing back into their houses. Commercial follows the same pattern. You'll still see a number of permits that are there as well, and you'll see the repair permits going on at that point. Industrial follows the same pattern. Institutional, we know, is theoretically the hospital in its entirety, but you will see some other repair permits that go through that as well. Farm buildings I'll leave to the RM, but the other point is under the miscellaneous, the RTMs, or ready to move, is a cottage industry in our community, and although it's smaller and lighter than it was last year, it still continues to move forward. So last year we were at 343 million with 300 permits. This year we're at about 87%, I think, of where it was for permits at 252. Final numbers will come out the end of December, or for the end of December, at roughly about 37 million, with the largest portion of that being the hospital difference from one year over the next. So very positive sign, Your Worship, and it just still shows that between Pred and the planning district and so on, how busy they actually are with things that are going forward, and it's just a sign of a positive, healthy community. Thank you.
Thank you. No questions, anyone? Okay, next item of new business, we have Portage la Prairie Revitalization Corporation Funding Agreement, Community Services, Councillor Espy.
Thank you, Your Worship. The issue is to authorize the City of Portage la Prairie to renew their agreement with the Portage la Prairie Community Revitalization Corporation for a 3-year term beginning January 1, 2026 and ending December 31, 2028. The City currently has an agreement with the PCRC which expired on December 31st, 2025. PCRC is a nonprofit community development organization working within city limits to strengthen the well-being of Portage la Prairie by empowering citizens, enhancing neighborhoods, fostering community spirit, and building the capacity of community organizations. The highlights of the agreement are as follows. The city agrees to continue providing in-kind payroll services, provide a minimum cash contribution of $50,000 annually, continue to collaborate with PCRC on community development and social issues which are of mutual concern as outlined in this agreement. PCRC agrees to continue providing community development work as outlined in the agreement and set out in the PCRC Community Plan for Social and Community Development, continue administering the graffiti removal program, continue sharing information including meeting minutes and reports, provide support for the Indigenous Community Coordinator and Indigenous engagement activities of the city, act in a lead coordinating role in supporting the implementation of the Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan. The PCRC Executive Director and/or Delegate will attend City Council and Committee of Council meetings and support the Chair of the Community Services Committee of the Council of the City and the City Manager by providing from time to time reports and/or research on various topics relating to community development. The PCRC Executive Director and/or Delegate will meet with the City Manager and appropriate department head periodically to discuss ongoing projects and issues. Meetings will take place at agreed upon times and locations. Alternatives to approve the funding or any other direction council may provide, but it is the administrative recommendation that the Council of the City of Portage la Prairie approve the agreement with the Portage la Prairie Community Revitalization Corporation for the 3-year period starting on January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2028, and authorize the city manager to sign the agreement on behalf of the City of Portage la Prairie, and I so move.
Moved by Councillor Espy, seconded by Councillor Doyle. Any questions or comments? Councillor Porter?
Yeah, I just have a comment. I would like, Mary, I just want to say that your organization truly does connect people to local resources in Portage la Prairie, such as food programs, housing options, newcomer services, life skill programs, cultural support, health and wellness programs, as well as transportation accessibility supports. I want to thank you for the work that you guys do. You do way more than that. And I think it's a great organization, and Portage is lucky to have an organization like this. So thank you very much. And
Thank you, Councillor Porter. This past fiscal year, we closed out our biggest financial year yet at $2 million. So I don't think we could come up with a better local collaboration really to address community development. So we take that money through the municipality along with $85,000 in core operating from the province, and we leverage that into our total budget. So different levels of government set those priorities of funding, and then we submit proposals and applications to make sure that our community benefits and that residents can also access funding from all kinds of places. So we really thank the City of Portage for the ongoing partnership and all the trust that they put into PCRC in providing those services.
Thank you. Well said. Agreed. Councillor Meyer?
Thank you, Your Worship. I think it's been said many times that a community, of course, is the sum of its parts. And a healthy community, as we know, has a strong social, I don't want to call it a department, but a strong social connection. I believe strongly that PCRC fills that role to its maximum capability, set out right from the very beginning with some strong leadership throughout the years, including up into today. With that said, I believe the work they do is the very fabric of our community, and I will certainly be supporting this motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Nothing else? All those in favor? That is carried. I know you got to go rogue for 12 days, but now you're back on. Awesome. Okay, next item of new business, Efficiency Manitoba Strategic Energy Management Cohorts Program. And this is Waterworks Committee, Councillor Nichols.
Thank you, Your Worship. Colleagues, I'm just going to go through this report. It's very exciting, and I really want you to take the opportunity and the time to read through it. I'll just go through it a little bit. Starting in 2026, the City of Portage la Prairie will participate in Efficiency Manitoba's Strategic Energy Management Cohorts Program, or SEM. The program is available to facilities that meet Efficiency Manitoba's energy use thresholds, for which both the water treatment plant and the wastewater treatment plant are eligible based on current consumption. A couple highlights in here. The participation will require staff to provide facility data, participate in site assessments, and support the implementation of identified measures. Typical program roles include an executive sponsor, an energy champion, and the energy champion committing to 4 to 6% of annual time. Anticipated energy and cost savings are expected to offset this internal resource commitment. Efficiency Manitoba fully funds the consultant service costs for the SEM cohorts program. Participants are also eligible for performance-based incentives of up to 5 cents per kilowatt hour of electricity saved and 5 cents per cubic meter of natural gas saved, in addition to other Efficiency Manitoba rebate programs that may support our equipment upgrades and feasibility studies. Please take the time, but participation in the Strategic Energy Management Cohorts program supports council priorities by improving operational efficiency, reducing municipal energy consumption, and demonstrating financial stewardship. The initiative aligns with the city's 15-year community sustainability development plan by advancing its commitment to promote the reduction of energy consumption within the municipal operations, while also supporting Goal 4 of Climate Change Local Action Plan for greenhouse gas reductions. So kudos to administration for bringing this forth, and take the time to read between those points. It's a very interesting program. Thank you.
Thank you. Just curious, is this a new program or is it just our time to get involved with it?
This is a new initiative. The actual, I'll say, framework behind it is still being developed, and they're still actively pursuing the 8 to 10 municipalities or other industrial partners that would be kind of required to kick it off. But there is a lot of eligibility in terms of literally industrial partners within Portage la Prairie, but they are also targeting water and wastewater facilities.
Nice. Oh, good. Thank you. Okay. There is no old business, so we will adjourn council at 6:17 p.m. and we'll move right into committee, and I'll call committee to order at 6:17 p.m. Finance, Legislative, and Property Committee, Councillor Massey.
Thank you, Worship. Finance, Legislative, and Property Committee has no report for committee this evening.
Thank you. City Planning and Economic Development Committee, Councillor Meyer.
Thank you, Worship. City Planning and Economic Development Committee has nothing to report, but I will take this opportunity to turn the mic over to my colleague, Mr. Joe Massey. Councillor Joe Massey.
Okay. That's quite an introduction. Thank
You betcha. I got more to tell.
Just want to report, colleagues, on our meeting with the Chamber of Commerce on January the 8th. Recently, the mayor, our city manager, and myself met with their executive team. We continue to work through some of the issues that they bring forward to us. One of the things they did provide to us was quite an extensive list of what they would like to see the accommodation tax revenue used for. They made some suggestions, and we took that under advisement and asked our administration to look at some of that stuff to see where we can maybe agree with the chamber on some of the use of that money. We talked about the powwow that we had in Portage la Prairie and some of the good things that came out of that, and they were very supportive. Snow clearing, we got a very good message from them and encouraged them to keep communicating with their business, their responsibilities for snow clearing. And we continue to sort of work with them on the meetings and making sure that they are as good and efficient as possible so that both parties can benefit from them. So it was a good meeting with them, and hopefully we'll continue that. They continue to bring forward their issues to us. So that was sort of the gist of the meeting with the chamber.
Thank you. That's all?
Thank you. If I could just comment on that one there. We know that the Chamber provides an invaluable service specifically to, of course, our business owners. They are the voice of business or the local business within our community. And if there are any businesses listening out there, I think it's important to know that the city does communicate quite often with the Chamber as a whole. In addition, though, they need to know and communicate with the business owners and certainly be a part of that organization so that we can all mutually work together. So thank you, Councillor Massey.
Thank you. Okay, Community Services Committee, Councillor Espy.
Thank you, Your Worship. I do have a couple of items, but maybe I'll change it up a little bit, and through Your Worship, call upon Councillor Massey to go over a few items for the Community Services Committee first.
Thank you, Councillor Espy, and through you, Your Worship, colleagues. couple of items that I want to report to council on. On December 10th, we had a library board meeting, and one of the big things that came out of that, we've brought in a new, and for me, I'm not familiar with this, but it's called Canopy, which allows free movie and streaming services. And we got the package for $1,750, free for everybody who has a library card. So what's one of the new initiatives our director brought in, Michaela, and we're really excited that we'll now be working with her as a board full time, and she's back and really excited. So, I think the library overall continues to do well financially. We're on solid footing thanks to the work or the increases we got last year from the RM and the city. So I just wanted to report on the library meeting. I attended, like all of you did, the West Park School meeting with candidates. I was very pleased. It was a great session. A bunch of young people, and we had such a good interactive dialogue with them and the questions they asked. And I really enjoyed it. And I know all of you were there, but I just wanted to give my thanks to West Park School for inviting us and for our youth counselor for setting that up. On behalf of Mayor and Council, I attended the graduation for the pilots. Of course, it's a regular thing that we have here in Portage la Prairie, and I was pleased to present Charles Desjardins the Portage la Prairie Award for his community involvement. And I was really interested to meet Ashley Carlin from Winnipeg. She was one of the 10 graduates, and she had the top marks. The only female in the graduating class as well. So she was the top marks, and just a great public servant. These people are giving of their career to our country. So I'm always moved when I go to that event. I represented Mayor and Council at a very special event. It was the return of the headdress to the Merrick family at Long Plain by the Fort Loraine Museum. And that was something that was very moving and very emotional, because it was something that is very important that it happened. And I want to congratulate Fort Loraine Museum for their work on that, and to Councillor Nichols. I know you were a big say in that and helped make that happen. So I was pleased actually you were not able to make it, but to be there for Mayor, on behalf of Mayor and Council. I attended the powwow as well, like all of you, and just won't say too much. I think we've had a lot of discussion about it. I think it was a great event for our community, and I was there as much as I could all 3 days, and it was just a super event and I think to bring it to Portage la Prairie in our community as a three-way partnership with our First Nation communities here. It was great. We had a meeting of the Hospital Foundation recently on February 21. We continue to work through our strategic plan and reaching out to the community. I think with the new hospital coming, you're going to see a lot more involvement by the foundation in our community. We're going to announce some plans we have with the public and the donors in the next little while, but I do want to promote one thing. February 21 is the quiz night. It's an annual event that the foundation has, so at the Herman Pryor Center. So great fundraiser as well, and a fun night if you can put a team together. So, and lastly, I attended the Christmas party put on by the Portage Learning and Literacy Center for the newcomers. Mayor Knox and Councillor Nichols and I were there, and I just continue to be overwhelmed by our community and our newcomers. As someone who is a son of immigrants, and to see all the different groups there interacting and celebrating, it was just so great. And boy, we had a lot of fun too. So anyway, it was great that was organized, and to see that great event in our city. So those are my reports, Councillor Espy, Your Worship.
In a snowstorm, that party was. And it was a full house. Yeah, awesome. Councillor Espy.
Thank you, Your Worship. The next up, there's an event coming up on January the 14th at 6:30 p.m. It is a coyote information session. We know there has been some issues around town lately, but Melanie DePena, wildlife biologist and Manitoba Natural Resources and Indigenous Futures, she will be holding an engaging talk on coexisting with coyotes, January 14th, 6:30 p.m. And lastly, of course, I would be remiss if I did not also mention the Prairie Unity Competition POW that happened from December 19th to 21st. We are still compiling data, I believe, on the economic impact of that event, but other than the weather not cooperating completely, the event went off as an amazing success, in my opinion.
Agreed. Agreed. Amazing. Thank you. Okay. Waterworks Committee, Councillor Nichols.
Thank you, Your Worship. Waterworks Committee has nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. Transportation Committee, Councillor Porter.
Thank you, Your Worship. I just want to bring up the Recycling Christmas Tree program, which is still going on until January 23rd to 26th. Your trees may be placed on the boulevard in front of your residence and will be picked up right till up to until January 23rd. Trees may or may not be picked up on your regular scheduled garbage day. So it could be any time. So just put them out there and leave them out there, but they'll be picked up before January 23rd. You can also drop your tree off, if you like, at the burn site located behind St. Mary's Cemetery, and where the trees will be picked up for recycling. The burn site is open from 9 a.m. in the morning till 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Now the burn site is for the trees there is on your way out to Southport, that road there. And if you need more information, just call the operations department, 239-8346.
Thank you. Nothing else for transportation?
Nothing. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you. Public Safety Committee, Councillor Doyle.
Thank you, Your Worship. I do have a report in front of me that we will talk about in a little more detail at our next council meeting, and it's to approve the participation in Alert MB, which is the Manitoba Public Alerting System. So the Emergency Management Organization has expanded access to Alert MB, the Manitoba Public Alerting System, to allow municipalities to become authorized users. So this is a little bit different than a subscription-based system like we have here with Connect Portage. And it does require a council resolution in order to join. It is free to join, which is great. So I look forward to that at our next council meeting. I would also like to discuss the Community Safety Officer program. So it was June of last year where we had the expanded hours, some more officers, more equipment, another vehicle, and I continuously hear positive feedback from residents and business owners alike. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, you cannot drive through Portage without seeing either foot patrols or one of the vehicles out and about. And so this program is ever growing, ever evolving, and our current office space that we use, the lease is up this year, so our team will be evaluating whether or not it's something where we need to look at a different building or we want to re-sign where we are. So that's something we're going to be looking at in the near future here. And I know we have all talked powwow, but I think it's important to recognize the work that was put in to making this event happen. And we do have a few of the powwow committee members around this table, Ms. O'Leary, Ms. Van Aert, Ms. Chakota, and Councillor Espy, all members of the powwow committee. And I think it's important to note the incredible fundraising efforts, especially by Councillor Espy. Without those funds, this event wouldn't have been as successful as it is. So I think it's important to recognize everybody here that played a hand in that. I attended it myself with my children, with my grandchild, and it was a great event, and everyone I've talked to has been nothing but positive feedback. So good job to all those involved. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Excellent. Just on the city side, to add to that, she's not here, but I have to give a big shout out to Callie MacArthur from the Pred office and our tourism, because I don't know, she was all things powwow. And she was something else and put a lot into that time and leading up to it. So thank you, everybody. It was as mayor of this community, and where we've been in the last 3 years and where we're headed, it was definitely a proud weekend to be a part of, to see that something like that could happen in our community with such success and such buy-in from people, sponsorship, all of those things. And I really want to give a shout out to the community members who took the time to attend the powwow, especially if it was your first time, never been, didn't know what to expect, and came and took it in, and maybe went away learning a little more about the beautiful type event it is. And I'm just grateful that people actually stepped up and did that on a not so nice out weekend, but that's why we have a beautiful indoor facility, right? Great, thank you. Yeah, it's paid off. That is paid off, exactly. Good. Okay. Oh, Councillor Massey. Just kidding.
This involves you. That's why I waited to the end. I want to, colleagues, also congratulate our mayor and the other two mayors, Gillingham and Fawcett. They were named Newsmakers of the Year by Cross Border Interview. And those of you who've been on that channel know they interview a lot of people. But to have our mayor nominated as the Newsmaker of the Year for the work on bail reform, we're not there yet. The legislation hasn't passed, but the work that was done to get it to the national stage, just amazing. And the three mayors, but the Mayor Knox, who did a lot of the lead on that, just wanted to congratulate her. Being a Newsmaker of the Year is quite an honor when you think how many municipal politicians there are in Canada. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And since you, it's a tough one, because it's almost a 1 year anniversary of why we were in the news, and I wish it wasn't because of those reasons, but I can say that myself and my colleagues are proud of keeping the push going for this in Kelly's honor, and we will continue to do that because we need change in our country, and we need, like we said, losing Kelly can't be in vain, so we will continue to do that. Thank you. Okay, on another note, 15 years. Where were you guys 15 years ago? I wasn't even in Portage la Prairie, just so you know. I didn't even live in Portage la Prairie 15 years ago. But someone was right at this table. Councillor Espy, you were not at the Christmas party, so we couldn't do this then. So I just want to publicly celebrate you with your 15-year long service award. Thank you, and we will adjourn committee at 6:34 p.m. Thank you, everyone.